In this video, we are going to be talking about conversions between degrees and radians. So, I just wanted to visually show you. So, take a 2D plane, right? You have your x-axis and your y-axis. Say we're starting at this part of the graph, and say I am at 0 degrees. I have not moved. So if I were to go all the way around, okay, I would end back up here, which would make a 360-degree revolution. So in other words, 360 degrees is one revolution. So with that in mind, we can write one revolution equals 360 degrees. This is one way that we can measure the turn around a circle. However, another way is 2 pi radians. So one revolution, one revolution is also equal to 2 pi radians. Okay, so 360 degrees is a circle being broken up into 360 slices, with radians. This is based on the radians of the circle. So we can write that because one revolution is the same thing, we can write 360 degrees. Oh, sorry. So 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi radians. And this equivalency is how we use conversion of degrees and radians. If you ever look at your scientific calculator, you can convert between degrees and radius solutions. They're both the same thing, but they just are different units of measurement for the circle. So starting with, so we know that, or we can also write it as 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees. Knowing this, we can go ahead and divide 2 on both sides. So this gives us that pi radians is equivalent to 180 degrees. So that is just here. So this is pi, which is also equal to 180 degrees, which makes sense because 90 degrees is a right angle, which is also equivalent to pi over 2 degrees. With that in mind, we can rewrite pi radians, or in other words, degrees to radians, as dividing 180 degrees on both sides. Okay, so this means that pi over 180 radians is equal to 1 degree. Actually, forgot to, my point right here, it's not degrees, just 180. Okay, so using this, we can now convert degrees to radians. Okay, so let's do an example. All right, so we know that 1 degree is equivalent to pi over 180 degree radians. So using them to convert 45 degrees to radians, I can just multiply 45 degrees on both sides of my equivalence here. And this means that 45 degrees is equal to 45 degrees pi over 180 degrees radians. Notice that I have a degree over a degree, so they go ahead and cancel out, and I'm left with 45 pi over 180. This ends up simplifying to pi over 4 radians. So 45 degrees is pi over 4 radians. Or you can just multiply 45 degrees times pi over 180 degrees, which gives you pi over 4 radians. Right, now let's do 60 degrees. So again, to convert my degrees to radians, just multiply by what 1 degree is in terms of radians. So that's pi over 180 degrees radians. Degrees cancel, and I'm left with 60 pi over 180 radians, which I can simplify to 6 pi over 18, which I can simplify to pi over 3 radians. Okay, so now what about when you have a negative degree? Well, it's the exact same thing. The negative just tells us that the angle, or sorry, the circle is going clockwise instead of counterclockwise. So negative means we're turning clockwise or to the right. So it doesn't change anything. It'll just mean my radians is negative. So again, multiplying 30 degrees times negative 30 degrees times pi over 180 degrees gives me, so my degrees cancel, negative 30 pi over 180. I can simplify to negative 3 pi over 18, which I can simplify to a negative pi over 6. Okay. Radians. Don't forget your units. Okay, so how do we convert radians to degrees? Again, we know that, starting with what we know that 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees, and we want to get radians by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and divide 2 pi on both sides. 2 pi over 2 pi is 1 radian, and I'm left with 360 over 2 pi, which simplifies to 180 over pi degrees. So pi over 4 is in radians, so all I'm going to do is multiply 180 degrees over pi. Notice that my pi's cancel. I'm left with 180 degrees divided by 4. Going ahead and simplifying 180 divided by 4 just gives you 45 degrees, and that is my solution. Again, a negative radian does not change the way we calculate it. We just leave that negative there. So with that in mind, I'm going to multiply negative pi over 9 with 180 degrees over pi. That way my pi's cancel. I'm left with negative 180 degrees over 9, and 180 or negative 180 divided by 9 gives me negative 20 degrees. Okay, and that is my solution. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.